AmiPro, Forge, Lightwave, went all through these. Enlisted the help of the old Hold Modify master himself for the Lightwave. Even put this thing in there called Assigns, so you can double click on Assigns, and then you can launch Lightwave, and it just works. It's just like butter. I have no idea how to use this program besides what I've learned through him. I'm not going to show it on screen. If you want some Lightwave love, go check out Hold Modify.
Some pretty amazing work by Chris Edwards on Pimiga 3. One of the problems now is that Raspberry Pis, especially the version 4, which the Pimiga is made for, is impossible to acquire. So I wanted to see if we can use Chris Edwards' amazing work on a normal x86 Lenovo laptop. It's an old dumpster find so hopefully it will be able to run this. I will try to get the experience as close to the Pimiga experience as I can. In the description of his movie on YouTube called Pimiga, a Linux-based Amiga emulation tribute to the Amiga, I will put a link in my description. In his description, he have links to download Pimiga and a place to buy the Kickstart ROMs from Cluanto. So I have prepared the laptop with a vanilla install of Linux Mint with XFCE as a desktop environment. That's the same as Pimiga 3 did. The only thing I did was to make the user Pi the same as is used in Pimiga 3 to get all the paths correct. Let's dig in. It's Friday night and I intend to have a good time with beer and Pimiga 3 on an Intel-based laptop. So on the video that Chris has uploaded to his YouTube channel, he has added some links in the description. The two that is most important is Cluanto with the Amiga Forever package, where you can buy Kickstart ROMs, and the download link for the torrent, which is on his Google Drive. It's important that you don't buy this Pimiga 3 from anywhere else on the internet. Download it from Chris Edwards' own page, and rather PayPal him some money if you like to help him out. Don't put money in other people that take advantage of his work. So anyway, I have downloaded the files onto external disk drive. I don't have room for both the copy of the image and the copy of the content on this laptop, so I just inserted it, and we now have the Pimiga image. I've also copied over my copy of Kickstart. This is the 3.1 Kickstart, which I've called kick.rom. And if I double click on the Pimiga 3 image, it will automatically mount. Sorry, I read while I was talking. It will mount boot and root file system. In root file system, you have home pi, where all the magic happens. From what I know, we might find other things as well, but from what I know, we need the Amiberry folder, the Pimiga folder, and the Amiberry startup script. But we will not use this file. What's it called? It's called tuner. Anyway, we'll not use the file manager to do this. We need to use rsync, so we make sure we keeps all attributes, permissions, any symbolic links, stuff like that. So we need to make sure we are in home pi, our own home directory, and we write rsync, and with the flag A we ensures that symbolic links, devices, attributes, permission, ownership, etc. are preserved during the transfer. And I like to have V for verbose, so I see what's happening. To find the path, you can see it on the top of the file manager. It's media, pi, root file system, home pi. So that transfers to media, pi, root file system, home, pi. And if we double tab, we see the folders there. So what we need is Amiberry, Amiberry startup script, and Pimiga. Maybe something else, but that's the stuff I know we need. The Amiberry folder includes the compiled version for Raspberry Pi, which we can't use on this computer, but the config files is there as well, so we'll keep those. So we have the destination, and then we write home pi, which is our destination, and this is our source. And press enter. This should be rather quick. It's not many files. And as we see now in our home directory, we have Amiberry. As I said, we also need the Amiberry startup script, and this is a big one, the Pimiga directories, which includes, if you see here, which includes ADFs, disks, HD files, and in disks we have the partitions. The system, which is the ScaleOS installer, demos, the demos from the demo scenes, and games in games. Work, I don't remember. Probably programs. I don't remember what was there, but we need them all. This sync is going to take a long time, probably a few hours, as we are doing checksumming as well. So we will be back in some hours, don't know how many hours. This external disk drive is a spinning drive, so it may take some time. The internal is a SSD. I'll be back.
A few moments later.
And we are done. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. I do wonder if we got it all. I messed up. but it's no biggie. What I should have done is like this and not like this. So what it did, it copied those 3 folders into home Pi rather than copying the Pimiga folder into home Pi. So my bad, but to fix it we make the Pimiga folder. That's strange. It seems I somehow managed to don't have permission in my own home directory. That's strange. But should be fixed now. And then I need to move the ADF directory, the disks directory, the HDF directory, and the temp directory into Pimiga, like that. Okay. So I think we have copied everything we need, but we will keep those around just in case. So the next we need to do is we need to make an Intel version of Amiberry. So I will move the Amiberry folder to Amiberry RPI, so I know that it's the Raspberry version. And then we will visit the Git page for Amiberry. I don't remember the URL. So what we need is to compile this. I've tried the pre-compiled version earlier with no luck, but we need some packages before we start. And on the GitHub page for Amiberry, they tell us everything we need to know. If you want to compile Amiberry from source, you need the dev version of the same packages instead. Or not instead, actually, we need them all. So we copy that and we install them. Yes. And then we wait. I hope you have filled your glass with something nice you like drinking. I have poured myself a beer. It's Friday, so I hope you don't get grossed out by drinking sounds. I had to change to the headset, so I hope this sound is decent. I usually use an external mic, but I'm using OBS to record this, and it made a terrible noise when recording the room because of the fan in the computer, that it's really noisy. Okay, so the packages is installed. The next thing we need to do is to check out the Git repo. I think they tell us how to do that. Yes, they do. So this tells us to cd into our home directory, and then we clone the Git repository. So let's first check we are in the home directory, and then I need to install Git. retry. That was quick. Now we have a new Amiberry folder with an uncompiled version of Amiberry, which we need to compile with make. But to compile Amiberry, we need to tell what platform we are on, as said in the documentation. And I think it's called x86 or AMD64, I'm not sure, so we will consult the relevant. Yeah, we will see this wiki page to check what platform name there. Support a lot of platforms. Okay, it is x64, x86 64. Okay. And off we go. Oh, I haven't installed the develop. I don't have a C compiler, I think. What I did know was write opt install g++, which is the compiler they are using. I probably lack a lot of packages, but we'll see. Now I wrote make and platform x86 64 again, and we'll see if it goes through. It's not the fastest computer. It's a very old i5 based computer. Not sure how old, but it's one I found in the trash a few years ago. So it's not the best. I usually prefer to use desktop computers. So Pimiga is made for a full HD screen, and this only have a. It's not 720p, but it's close. It's 1366 by 768. So we will run into the need of changing the screen mode inside Amiga, in the Amiga operating system. But it's all just a part of the fun. While this is compiling, we can have a look at the startup script we copied earlier. I'm not sure what this OLED thing does. Let's remove that for now. So what we are left with is the startup script is a cd into home.py Amiberry, and then it starts Amiberry with the config file conf pyamiga3 UAE, and I wanted to have a look inside that while we are waiting. And that is Amiberry RPE, and inside conf we have Pimiga. Oh, I forgot. And if I don't usually use this editor, search is where is, that's Control W. And if I search for Kickstart, it's looking for the Kickstart room file in boot, kick and kick room. And I don't want that. I want to put my Kickstart file in I want the full path. Home, Pi, Amiberry, Kickstarts, like that. Copy. And paste. So now I need to copy my kick.rom file into that folder. And Control O for write out and exit. And that's it, I think. I think I can do this while compiling Amiberry and Kickstarts. And inside here we now have the open source Aeros Kickstart. So we need to, I don't remember where the external disk was mounted, and it's mounted on Media P root file system. Media P incremental, that's it. So I need to copy Media P incremental Pimiga and the kick. So we have two files. We have kick.rom and kickstart13.rom. So I will have both and put them in this folder. And now they're here. Kick.rom, kickstart. And they're readable. And inside the Amiberry folder, which we are compiling in at the moment, we have a conf directory with some default configurations, but I want the custom configuration that was made for Pimiga. So, as you probably remember, we copied the old Amiberry folder into Amiberry RPI conf, and there we have the Mega AGS and the Pimiga 3. So I want the Mega AGS UAE, and I want the most important one, Pimiga 3 UAE, like that. And I think that is it. It is still compiling. So that's good. We haven't run into any libraries or anything I've missed so far. So back to waiting. I don't think there is anything more I can do while waiting. I could change the Mega AGS config file to using the new placement for the kickstart. And I think I copied that. That's strange. Anyway, like this. And it was it lowercase, kick.rom, or uppercase? Uppercase kick.rom, like this. And that's it. And in our root home folder we have the Amiberry sh, which is the startup script we need to run at login. So let's have a look inside that again. Sorry. And that starts Amiberry. Not sure that would work. Probably do. That's strange. I would write it like this. Anyways, this is how it is. So the compile is done. So we need to add the startup. And in Pimiga it is done with session and startup. I found this while looking around earlier. So we have the application autostart. And if we add a new one, which we will call Pimiga, description Pimiga, and the command will be home py amiberry .sh, like this. Copy this into command and make sure it's triggered on login. This is the same way it's set up on Pimiga. And press OK. This should be it. And close. Are we done? Not sure. We can test. Let's run the Amiberry sh script. If this works, it's whoa. Not sure I have the audio. Okay. That's not right. Is it just a resolution? Let's see. In display full window. It should be okay. That should use the resolution we have. RTG board is set. Oh, okay. It struggles. It may be actually it's the Scalus that struggles. Let's see if we manage to start screen mode. Oh, this was... Yes, it default back to NTSC. Let's see if I find... Oh, this was very hard to control. UAE. Now hopefully we have something close to our native resolution. Seems like we don't, so we should be good to go with this. If I'm not really able to control the mouse. It's really sensitive. And that should work. Let's test. must be something making it unable to reset. So let's
Amiga.
and we have workbench screen. It should happen more than this. And there we have it, Pimiga 3.0. So we are not at the native resolution of the screen, so the fonts looks a bit weird. But does things work? Let's just test a random game. Lotus 3. I don't think I've started recording the audio, so I'm not sure if this will work. I did plug in a joystick, but I haven't configured. But let's see. Check the input for. It's this Dragon Rise joystick. I think I like to save that config like this and rest. I don't remember the hotkey to access WHD load games. Nice. So, one of the things I wonder if still works is this. In Pimiga 3, it's added a way to launch Linux applications inside Amiga OS. So if I press the Firefox button, it does work somewhat, but not. Yes, it does. Oh, it does. So I can launch. Yes, I can launch Linux applications from inside. Inside Pimiga. So that works out of the box. What else? Should I just test a random demo? I guess it's no fun for you without any sound. Okay, let's do a TBL one that is, yeah, Starstruck. That is a bit demanding. Things seems to be working. The mouse is way too sensitive. Maybe this is not Workbench, this is ScaleOS, so I'm not sure if the sensitivity is set in the same place that it was in Workbench under prefs. And was it? There is a pointer. No, that's wrong. Was it input? Input. Mouse speed. If I'm able to. That's a lot better. A lot better. Maybe 2 is correct. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so that seems to be working. We just need to change the screen mode into something that worked on this smaller screen. Okay, let's exit Amiberry. So as we did try to add Amiberry SH to the logins screen, so it starts automatic at login. So let's test that. The recording cut, of course, when I logged out. I was using OBS to record the screen. So let's do a retry. And one can, of course, do auto login, but I don't wish to do that. But this is a normal login, and it will automatic boot after login, boot right into ScaleOS and Pimiga 3. That horrible noise you're probably hearing is the fan. As I said, this was a dumpster find, this computer. So everything works like it should. Let's start Eagle player, play Jesus on E. Seems I need to adjust the volume outside UA, but that's the drivers of the computers, not the Pimiga setup. I guess that's a success. I will try to write everything I did in the description of this video, but at least it shows that at these times when it's impossible to find a Raspberry Pi 4, one can still enjoy the hard work that is done behind Pimiga 3 on a regular Intel PC. So have a go yourself. It's a good way to experience the ultimate Amiga like it can be if you put a lot of money into accelerators, graphic cards, etc. Or just emulate it any way you like. Have a very good evening, and I think this is my last cheers. My beer has run out of the time of setting up this, so have a good night and cheers.